All right, everybody, Bryce here, coming at you with another real quick crypto market update. Things have been spicy here in crypto land. Volatility, as we always say, it cuts both ways. February was an incredible month for crypto. March was an incredible month for crypto. The second that April started, the markets just started tanking. So maybe it's just taking a breather a little bit after an enormously successful Q1. People are booking some profits. We are seeing some profit taking here at the all-time highs for Bitcoin. But we always see profit taking at all-time highs for Bitcoin. Whether you go back to the first halving, the second halving, or the third halving, every single time that the price had come into contact with a former all-time high, which we're in contact with now right around $69,000, there's always a battle. Okay, there's always a battle for folks who have been in the market. They're finally back to break even. They're ready to take the long road and get out of the market. You've got shorters that are always eager to short a new high. So there's all sorts of dynamics, but what we have is not a long-term top. Okay, I think it's the most important thing I want to get across to you today is that despite some volatility, and there is, it's not a long-term top, in my opinion, and that's what my analysis shows. We've got too much fundamental increases in demand from these Bitcoin ETFs that in Q1 they did about $13 billion in new net inflows to those products. So $13 billion of fresh demand. In Q1, that bumped the price up of Bitcoin by around 75%. So just $15 billion. Now, that's a small amount of money compared to the $100 trillion that registered investment advisors allocate on behalf of clients. So just 1% of that 100 trillion would be 1 trillion, right? 1 trillion is 1% of 100 trillion. If that's just getting clients off of zero into 1%, that'd be a $1 trillion sort of push into the crypto market, which is still so small, right? The crypto market itself is about $2.5 trillion. And so if we saw $15 billion move the price of Bitcoin 75%, 15 billion is 1.5% of 1 trillion. So we've only done a fraction of a fraction of a fraction, essentially, of what potentially could and should be coming into crypto if advisors are getting their clients off of a 0% allocation to crypto up to at least a 1%, a 2%, 3%. I mean, those numbers start to get really big. So I think, with that math in mind, it's such a simple calculation to see that, if we get another $15 billion of inflows, maybe that's another 75% or a roughly double in the price of Bitcoin. And then another double and another double and another double. You could see quickly how we could get to $1 million per Bitcoin just off this one sort of passive investment from new financial advisors that are now starting to kind of dip their toes into the Bitcoin ETFs. I've seen all over Bloomberg now is the BlackRock ETF advertisements. So we're just now starting to see these advertisements roll out. The marketing muscle that Wall Street is known for is starting to push these things. In fact, BlackRock, which has 1,100 ETFs, the Bitcoin ETF for BlackRock is number 35 in terms of AUM. It has only been out for 3 months, and it's already the 35th largest ETF out of 1,100 ETFs for BlackRock. So that's really, 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 really incredible. Even Larry Fink, who's the CEO of BlackRock, said that the success of the Bitcoin ETF has completely surprised him. So that's really good. Obviously, Larry Fink at BlackRock launched a new on-chain crypto fund as well called BUIDL, BUIDL, the BlackRock US Dollar Institutional Liquidity Fund. So that's been incredibly successful. We even saw UBS, which is a huge Swiss bank, Goldman, and Citibank. They all three are now authorized participants on the Bitcoin ETFs, meaning that they are helping to make the market more liquid, more tradable. These are three characters that have not yet been in the crypto market. This week, they are now in the crypto market. So that's just another hallmark of some incredible institutional adoption. So there are things that are going underneath the surface where, to me, this volatility is very buyable. Okay, it's very buyable because I know we have those passive flows from the ETFs, and I know we have more institutional adoption. So those dips, I think, are going to be bought up. Okay, they're going to be bought up because people are going to say, "Hey, this is a good price. This is a sharp discount in the short term against a long-term uptrend." Okay, remember, this bull market is new. It's brand new. We're just getting things started because the halving comes next week. Okay, it's slated for April 19th to April 20th. That window shifts just a little bit based on the speed of mining. Every block time is a little bit different, but it's targeted for right between Friday night Pacific and Saturday morning Pacific. So market calendars, check it out. Google, Bitcoin halving countdown. And for those of you guys who don't know, the Bitcoin halving is going to reduce the amount of new Bitcoin that are hitting the market every day. So there's going to be less mining sell pressure, which is incredible. But during the halving, there's always lots of volatility, always, no matter what. And so I expect both upside and downside volatility. So on the downside, I would have a real hard time convincing me that we're going to break down below $60,000. That to me would be a huge buying opportunity this week if you get down that low. On the upside, I think that $75,000 resistance on Bitcoin, that might hold. We might be stuck in a little bit of a trading range, which presents us typically with the best opportunities to buy altcoins. When Bitcoin is in a long-term uptrend, but it's in a short-term correction or consolidation, it's when you typically see a lot of volatility in altcoins. And we're just now seeing some big downside moves that are starting to get caught at those long-term averages. And we're starting to see some pretty solid moves off the bottom for altcoins. So that's where I'm looking. That's where I've got my attention. I think Bitcoin dominance in terms of market share is going to start falling after the halving. Altcoins will be rising, and that ever coveted altcoin season, I believe, is going to be upon us. So I'm using this time to position myself in what I think are the best, most long-term promising altcoins that have short-term technical, really good setups and some incredible, bullish sort of events coming up. So all that and more inside our group. We'll talk more about that. But for today, that's all I got for you. That's your market update. And by the way, if you want to join the group, and if you want to check out Crypt Nation, I've got an offer for you, $1, 1 week trial. Okay, come check it out. We've got technical analysis, fundamental analysis, research reports, newsletters, videos, a group of over 10,000 crypto traders and investors that are sharing information. Come join us, come join that network, get the top quality research and education that you need to succeed in this crypto bull run, guys. Again, $1, 1 week. Hit the link, hit the button. We'll see you inside.